y'all, it's Claudia with Krazy Island Studios. I want to show you the project that I've been working on. It is, I'm going to show you the blank one because, because you won't be able to see what it looks like blank otherwise. Let me zoom in. Do I want to zoom in? Not really. Okay, so I think I'm zoomed in enough because I have to open it up. So what I've been working on is a collection folio, it's called, from Tim Holtz. So Ranger, basically. And I found these, I guess they're new, because when I tried to look up a video to check one out and maybe get some ideas on how to do one, the only video that I came up with was the one with Tim Holtz showing these off at CHA 2014. So not a lot online about these, or on YouTube or on Pinterest. I looked for some. So I kind of had to just do my own thing with the little bit of flip through that he showed on his, the pictures on here. I'm pretty sure I'm done. I tend to say I'm done with something and then I'll go back to it and add a few more embellishments later if I come across something that I think will add to it. So don't hold me to it, but for now I'm done to the point where I can put it up. I want to take this out and show you. Where I can put it away and show it, and then if I really want to do something more, I can add to it. So basically, this is what these do. They open up to the left and the right, top and the bottom, and then you have a space in the middle where you have these little waterfall tabs that you attach things to on the left, and you can make pages that flip, basically. So let me show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like whenever you take it out of the package, and it's just plain on the back and folded over, and it is already gusseted so that you can make it thicker. It doesn't have to stay this thin. You can make it as fat as you want. So when you open it, you have this side that you can embellish, you have the front cover, and then you have the inside cover over here that you can embellish. Then you also have this space and this space, and then if you flip these open, you have the top and the bottom space. I am way zoomed in too far now. Okay, so, and then beyond that, but I really want to show you the middle. Okay, I'm staying zoomed in, I'm sorry. And then on the inside, of course, you have this would be the inside back, because this will get glued on top. And this comes off, so you can work on it, take the elastic off, and work on it and put it back when you're done, in case you want to collage paper or whatnot. Then it comes with this, which is sewn here, and so there's 3 tabs on this side and 3 tabs on the other side. So you just fold it at that stitch. Oh, I got 10 minutes, great. So you just fold it at that stitch, and then you have all 6 tabs on one side. Then, if you're smart, you leave the back blank and you glue this puppy in on top of whatever, and then you can collage. If you want to do a whole back, you can collage the whole thing. And then you have these 5 little tabs, starting with this first one, that you can attach things to. And as they get wider, you can also embellish on them themselves. And basically that's it. So it's pretty like boring and doesn't seem like it's all that cool until you mess with it. Now if you're me, what you do is you do embellish on the back, and then you're stuck with this little tiny tab on the front to try and glue down. Then I had to fold it back, glue it down, and I'm praying that this little tiny tab is going to hold everything else. But it seems like it's doing okay so far, so I'm not terribly worried about it yet, but I might do it differently next time. So let me close this in here. I'm just closing it up a little tight. Oops, this way. So this is what they look like when you get them. This one is the small, and of course, because I want to measure it, I don't have a ruler in here, do I? Do I? Is it hiding over here? It is not hiding over here where it's usually hiding. Okay, so what can we do? You know what? We'll get my paper trimmer out. It has a ruler on it, right? No. Oh, wait. It has this. That'll work. Oh, see, sometimes I'm smart. Sometimes. Okay, so 14, so 1, 2. Why can I not think of what the answer is? So 9 inches across high on the small and 7 inches-ish, slightly over 7 and not quite 7 1/4, maybe 7 1/4 this way. So 7 by 9, that's the small. The large, which I have, looks like about 9.5 to 10 inches by, this probably goes to 2, so 12 inches tall. It's kind of hard because mine is not skinny and flat anymore, it's thick on the sides. So what do we come up with? 9.5 or 10 by 12? Probably 9 by 12 then would be the proper measurement if it was flat. Can I zoom out more? There we go. Okay, so this is mine that I've been working on for the last couple days. Now, it's taken me a little longer than I had planned to finish this, partly because I didn't know what I was doing, and it's not like scrapbooking or smashbooking where you just have a page and you glue everything down and you can lay it all out and see it. It's on these little inserts and you only get to work on gluing one side. So I had to consider that and the fact that they back each other. Because there's no piece of paper in there, you have to worry about what the back side of whatever you put down looks like or what you're going to cover it with, because both sides are visible. Because you're basically creating your own pages or parts of a page that attach to just this little tab on the left hand side. So this is my front cover. My back is just covered and wrapped around to the front. I did not have enough of this paper to wrap this small piece, so instead of covering it on the outside or wrapping the tab over the outside, I tucked it under so you could see the whole front. This paper was part of Happy Mail, which I showed you guys, and it's not paper, it's a bag, and it's actually from ABC stores. It says ABC stores all over it, which I didn't realize at first when I was looking at it, and I just saw that it was hibiscus flowers and it looked Hawaiian and it was going to be so cool for my Hawaii book. And then I saw that it said ABC stores, which are like everywhere. Everywhere in Hawaii, and they're like a cool little discount souvenir shop. Super fun. We bought all kinds of stuff from the ABC store while we were in Hawaii. So it was really cool to get this bag and be able to use it as my collage material. This is literally cut down, I think just across the bottom edge was like a 1/2 inch too big, so it was just perfect. So I just glued that down, and then I have these paper flowers. They're by Recollections. I got a box of them and I put them, they'd come obviously in separate pieces, and I pieced them together the way I wanted and added the gems to the middle and glued those down. And then this is just a postcard that we found in Hawaii, and I embellished around the edge and over the little compass with glossy accents. The letters are from 7 Gypsies, I believe. Yeah, 7 Gypsies. They're the map letters that I showed you that I found at Tuesday morning for like $1.99 for the whole package of them, and then I went over the top of all of them with glossy accents as well. So I hope you can see that. Let me zoom in so you can see a little bit of the detail. So you can see that they are glossy. They have a little bit of a texture to them around the edge on that postcard, and then my pretty flowers. Okay. So I don't do a whole lot of flip throughs, so this should be interesting. I think this might be my first on my channel. It's kind of interesting. So, and what I did is on the outside of the flap, I put a map of Oahu, and this is where Waikiki is, and we were on the Waikiki beach in some of these photos, so that's why I used that piece of map. And then on the inside I used this palm tree, which I took out of a piece of advertising, and then just some butterflies that are also by Recollection. On this side we got, I don't even have a whole one. When you go on a cruise, you get this thing called the Fun Times in your room every morning. I cut off just the top of it, but it's longer than that. It's usually like this, and it has the date on it, and so I cut all the dates off and put them so that we would know on what dates where were we. So this is all just part of one of these. And the flowers I just found online on a free clip art and cut them out, these plumerias that I have throughout the book. This is, I want to say it's a recollections for their Smash Book products that they have a 3-ring binder style Smash Book. So this does have 3 holes in it, and then I taped it down to make it inclusion with a pocket page, basically with double layers of, this is Scotch tape underneath colored and then washi tape on top, and so I just taped in that pocket. And then here I used some mesh, paper mesh that came in a scrapbook packet that I had, and I just washi taped it down, and I added glue because washi tape does not hold well enough to stuff things in a pocket and not have it pull loose. So this is glued down on top of that pocket to add a small pocket in the front, and I just have some, you know, things that we picked up while we were on our trip. So just little, you know, little memory things that we picked up. So those are there. Then this is another postcard that we picked up with the first one, and I just covered this paper with the Tim Holtz tissue paper with the dictionary words on it, and then doodled around it real quick. This photo is a postcard from a book of postcards that I purchased so that I would have some good photos in case I needed them, because I am not the best photographer, not at all. So inside both of these I have, let's see, the top one I put, this is a little like certificate that you get for getting to the top of the Haleakala volcano, which is 10,000 feet above sea level. So it is one, it says on here, one of the greatest elevation gains in the shortest distance. So yeah, we drove up there and it was fun. Well, we took a tour bus, so that made it even more fun. Oh, I don't have long. Shoot. On the bottom, I used another piece of that green paper mesh, and behind it, oh, I glued my pictures in. Behind it, I have a piece of Happy Mail. This comes from PETA, I believe, that I collaged on. I kind of like the colors, and it matched the map that I had in the back at the time, and then I put other stuff on top, so it doesn't really much matter. So just a piece of mesh, again, washi tape glued, and just a little note. So I like this style of memory book because you can create pockets and just stick your photos all over, so you don't have to have every photo out on a page like in a scrapbook, so it will require less space, and people can flip through them more quickly without having to go through page after page of your scrapbook. So that gets boring to me when I'm watching it. So here's my first tab. So as you can see, this is all attached to this tab, and the washi tape that you see here is actually around the edge of the back, the map that I glued on at the very back. So here I have another pocket with another stack of photos tucked in, and these are all part of when we took our tour of the IO Needle, and the photo of my husband and some more of these paper flowers. This is all the photos that we took while we were up at the top of Haleakala, so you could see what the inside of a volcano looks like. Yeah, so that's what those are. And can you believe I had this Hawaii paper, this hibiscus paper, just hanging out in my craft room and my scrapbooking stuff? So I got to use some of my scrapbooking stuff that I haven't used in a while, so it was cool. This is my younger daughter in front of the Menehune fish pond, which is supposed to have been dug out by Menehunes way back in the day. So this is a little plaque that they have there. This is another pocket with pictures of the lava tide pools that we got to go to. These are so big that, here's a picture of my friend who lives in Hawaii that we met, and you can see behind me how big they are. You can actually snorkel in these tide pools in the lava, and it is incredible. So awesome. We also went to Waimea Canyon, which is kind of like the Grand Canyon of the Hawaiian Islands. And so there's my family. There's my older daughter, my younger daughter, my husband, and me. So as you can see, as you go, the tabs get bigger, so then you can put some embellishments along the tab as well, or move things in farther. So just a picture of my daughter with a guy who makes all this stuff. This is us at tea. She's so proper, right? They're going to find a lot more pictures of this daughter because she was with us all the time, and the other one was off with their friends. So my younger daughter spent a little more time with us, and my older daughter spent more time hanging out with friends. So as you can see, you can move things in a little further and glue all the way into the edge, or if you glue, like this is glued on the front side and not on the back, so I had this space to embellish. Again, these are just photos that I cut out, clip art. This is my husband and I for Hawaiian night on the boat, so you had to wear your Hawaii shirt or dress. So my daughter just in front of some of the boats that they have, and this crazy awesome tree. Both my girls that we saw, this was on Kona, actually right in front of an ABC store. So it's kind of gets, as they get bigger, you can put more things. Like I was able to put photos in here as well as attached to the outside. So it's big enough to actually put photos, especially those small Instagram size ones. These are just our luau tickets, and this is a pocket with photos from the luau that we went to. And just my daughter and me hanging out, so I took her picture. So again, this is just one of those things you have to think of as you go through these, like, okay, so here's my pocket on the back, what's it going to look like? What am I going to put on it? So I did a lot of just photo to photo. That made it really simple. And then the pockets make it really simple to add another photo on. But like this one, I hadn't thought of that yet. Like the fact that I needed the back of the pocket to go up higher. So I made a small pocket. And because of that, on the back side, I added a tag to make it big enough to glue this picture on. And my daughter took photos like crazy, so I decided to throw in these cute little camera doodads and embellishments. And these are just some selfies she took. It's a pocket with a handful of pictures because she grabbed my camera and was being silly on one of the tour buses. This is the last actual flip page. This is a postcard, and out of that book of postcards, this cracked me up. I don't know when they started doing a sexy bunny laid out on your bed. I'm like used to the frog and the elephant and the monkey, but the sexy bunny, this thing cracked me up. We had a long laid out, you know, displayed animal a couple of times on our cruise, and they made me laugh so hard. I just start hearing, like, you know, bow chicka wow wow in the background of my head when I see this picture. I just don't know. I don't know. So, another picture of my daughter and a picture of a flower that I took. And as you can see, it gets so wide that you really can put a pretty decent sized picture in there, which is kind of cool. This is the one that should have been glued down but isn't. So I actually was able to use the back as well and embellish it. And this is just another postcard, so it would be the same size. This is that tag, and I just cut a photo of me and my daughter hanging out together, and my husband and I at dinner. And then the back on the inside, you could do bigger pockets or more stuff back here, but I really wanted the map. I pulled this out of an old atlas I have in my ephemera book set, so I actually had the Hawaii page. That was kind of cool, and I just collaged it down. I did glue down the little tiny tab, which actually only comes to about here. It's only about that big. So I duct taped it. This is decorative duct tape. Washi tape would not have been strong enough, so I used duct tape that I cut in half or smaller to really know that this was going to hold. And then back here, this is just a double pocket that, I don't know, I picked up for smash booking, that just has all the rest of our random photos of places we were and food and all kinds of cool stuff all in there. And like I said, if you didn't have something on the back that you wanted to show, then you could do like a bigger pockets or whatnot. As you can see, this is available and gusseted to make it really, really thick and fat if you wanted to. So this is kind of cool to me. I like this. Like I said, it takes a little bit of practice to get it into my head anyways, that you're just going to be gluing things down the edge, and then you have to think about what's behind them so that they coordinate, or at least the same size. Like I needed a photo that would fit on the same tag, and so you have to kind of think about that as you're going. But now that I've done one, it definitely got easier after the first couple of pages. It was a little harder for me because as a scrapbooker or a smash booker, you can lay everything out on the page and see what it's going to look like as a finished product before you start. On this you can't, you just gotta kind of go for it, which is why I did the back before I realized that I should have glued this down and it would have been easier. But it's holding, and I don't know if I'll change it for the smaller ones. It's working pretty well. But you definitely have to think about it a little differently than your traditional scrapbook or smash book. But it can be really fat, and you could do some really dimensional stuff if you want. So once I got going after the first couple of pages, it really went a lot faster, and it was a lot of fun after that. So once I started figuring out what in the heck I was doing, because I didn't know what I was doing and there wasn't a lot of ideas, so I may add a few more little embellishments on here if I find stuff as I'm out shopping that goes along with this theme. That's kind of the nice thing too, is it doesn't have to be finished right this second if I want to add more stuff to it. Like I'm thinking about fabric or ribbon or something to take here and wrap around the outside all the way around, or just to glue on the insides of these gussets. Seem like kind of a plan, but I haven't done it yet, and I might. This side is still a little plain, but it's done enough. I'm considering it done enough. So, you know, like I said, if I find stuff that I think would be cute, there's definitely room down here to add a little embellishment or something. I can do that, which is kind of neat. I like it. So, you know, wanted to do a flip through for you guys in case you think you might want to try one of these. They're not expensive. Oh, that was the other part I forgot to tell you. The folios themselves, cheap. $3.99 for the small, $4.99 for the large. So, and there's a comparison between the sizes. That's not bad. $4 and $5 for a project. I mean, granted, it's just cardboard, so it shouldn't be expensive, but the fact that it comes out, you know, really cool, and this, I still have room to add stuff if I need it to be fatter, so I'm really happy with it, and I'll be back. Okay, so for me, I'm sorry, it's been about an hour since I left you, so I think I was talking about the size difference and the cost, and that I thought it was pretty affordable for $4 and $5. When I purchased mine, all the Tim Holtz stuff was on sale for 40% off, so I paid $2.39 for my small ones, and I paid $2.99 for the large ones. So for that price, it works out perfectly. And I really just, I like the fact that it's all contained right here, and I can stick this on a bookshelf or on my coffee table for people to look through, or whatever I want to do. It'll be simple to grab it and show you this trip, and it won't be overwhelmingly full of page after page of scrapbook or whatever. So I like this. I think it worked out well for me. I think it's going to be good. I plan on using the smaller one for shorter trips with less stuff. And so that's my plan. I hope you liked my flip through, and I hope you liked my little Hawaii portfolio here. If you have any questions or whatnot, you can always leave them down in the comments. Otherwise, make sure that you click that subscribe button if you like my videos so that you don't miss anything. Click the thumbs up if you like them too, so that I know if this is the type of video you'd like to see again. Any way that you might want to contact me, whether by my P.O. box, my email, any of my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those links are also down below in the description box, as well as links if you want to check out the courses that I offer. And again, I always like to hear from you guys, so feel free to leave a comment for me down below, and I will see you guys later. Bye.